So what we're going to do first off is we're going to auction off some things, and we're looking for the highest bidder. Because this is legal aid fundraising. What are we doing first? We're going to do a place at Newport Beach. It's not a bad place.
By the way, the home of the greatest Super Bowl party ever, 1994. Ever.
Look,
Ever.
there's no microphones that were in that house, man. I'm telling you right now. The carpets don't talk. Okay, Dave Myers knows that. He got it last year. In fact, he got it last year, and then he went an additional week. He had people trickling in there, staying overnight. It was great. So this is a place in, oh, I thought we had a, where's the IT guy? Where's our,
There we go. There.
oh, okay. So this is a place that's on the peninsula in Newport Beach. It's also by Petco Park. All right, exactly. So it's in Newport Beach. It's on the peninsula. It's right on the Balboa Pier. It's a pretty nice place. Look, it's not the Montage, but it's pretty nice. I mean, it's got, you look out there and you're looking at water. Dave, is it okay? So this year is his year again. Okay. So anyway, it's a place in Newport Beach. It's a 2-bedroom, 2-bath. You're looking out there, you're looking at the ocean. You can watch football or whatever happens to be the sport, whatever time of year you get it. Unfortunately, July 4th this year is not available. You know, I think Scaffidi's got it that weekend. But we're going to open the bidding up to whoever. There's some paddles, I think, on your tables. So anyone interested, and just so you know, we have some phone-ins. We had some phone-in people who called in advance. So we have kind of a limited interest, or guaranteed. But I'm not going to talk about that right now. We're going to talk about you guys. So who wants to make the opening bid? 2-bedroom, 2-bath, Newport Beach, right there next to the sand. You're looking out at the ocean. You can smell it. It smells good.
Right by the Balboa Pier.
It's by the Balboa Pier. And if you want to know the truth, Cabo Cantina, which is an awesome Mexican, I say a restaurant. It is a restaurant, but it's really a bar. And I've laid signature in that bar a couple nights. So the Cabo Cantina is 2 doors away.
Studio Cafe still down there?
Huh?
Studio Cafe?
That's turned into the Cabo Cantina. Studio Cafe is no longer in existence.
Blackie's is down there.
So anyway, we got an opening bid with Judge Sachs. 282. What's our opening bid, Judge Sachs? $500. We have another bid at number 194.
$1,000.
$1,000. All right, we have a bid. Looks like Jim. 174.
What's Jim? 1,500.
You guys have to be local. All right, we have some more bidding. Yes. 2,000. This is Jeff Raines' wife, who comes like from the desert to be here. I noticed that Raines is a no-show.
Does Will Snyder come with that? Look at that guy. Look how good looking he looks tonight. He's dappered out.
Yeah. So we're at $2,000. Oh, $270. I'm sorry.
$2,500.
$2,500. 2-bedroom, 2-bath. I'm telling you, I'm throwing something else in. And there's more. So whoever gets this, I also have a place, I got a Duffy. So whoever gets this is going to get a Duffy bar hop on Newport, in the harbor. It starts off at Billy's with a margarita. Oh, Jim's now more interested. What do you got? $3,000.
Jim, $3,000.
And Jim, that Duffy ride is a maximum of 3 hours. Okay? Right now.
3-hour tour.
But Sachs, if he's still interested, it's going to be a 4-hour Duffy ride. There may be a dinner in it for you too.
So we have 3,000. Anyone for 3,500? 3,500.
3,500 is Jeannie Raines. Anyone else interested?
Anyone for 4,000?
Okay, there's more. There's going to be more. So if you get this in addition to the Duffy ride, in addition to the margarita, okay, we're going to go from Billy's and we're going to go to a special restaurant and we're going to have dinner one night. One of the 6 nights that you have, we're going to have dinner. I'm not going to be around staying at this place. I got a different place, but we're going to pick you up in the Duffy. Oh, there's 273.
Greg
Rizio.
$15,000. Thank you.
Holy man. This is an all-time.
You felt me. $4,500.
$4,500. Hey, what about a round of applause for the Rizio? And that's only because Erica, I saw her kicking Greg in the table.
Well, you know what? If we were in mediation with Judge Rich, may he rest well,
Oh, yeah.
he would tell Mr. Rizio, he goes, one of you guys got this wrong.
Actually, he'd say this. He'd say, anyway, we got $4,500. Dinner, I think, which we're going to, no, not Uber. But only Judge Pacheco could want to be interested in Hooters. You know what? Okay. Now,
He's all show, no go. I'm telling you, it's made up. Everyone knows that.
No, actually,
remember last year that girl wanted to dance and it was not being melted. It was a puddle. It was a waste of a dance.
I've been down to Mexico with him. He's not all show, no go. Okay, I can't go any more than that.
International rules.
International rules, I'm not going to foil them. No, that's a joke.
Mr. Myers, 5,000? 5,000, Dave Myers.
Look at this. This is
240.
Dave Myers goes for a twofer. Two years in a row for $5,000. I'm sorry?
There you go. Making it personal.
We got, do I hear $5,250?
55, Greg Rizzo, 273.
Greg Rizio. This dude is the guy who comes. When he shows up, he shows up.
Did you see what happened though? When he said 5,500, Pacheco said, are you sure about that?
Well, no, they're working the deal right now. I know what's going on.
John's trying to knock a couple grand off to get a night free.
So we have 5500, 5,500. We're opening this, it's for legal aid.
It's for the kids. We take care of the kids there too.
It's for the kids.
It's for the kids.
It's been a 40-year venture for me. Over 40 years. I love this legal aid.
By the way, this is not $19 a month like the Shriners, okay? We're going to need it up front.
Okay, $5,500.
$6,000. You know what, Greg, I have to tell you, I can't believe making it personal. His paddle number is 242, which is the penal code section for battery, baby. He's banging you. Bam! Ooh, that hurt.
That's it right there. Now listen, I also have a house in Anaheim that we can work a deal. I could go if we keep going on. What was that, Connie? You said you woke up one day and you said, I'm done. Right? Somebody said to me the other day, haven't you had enough? Don't you have enough? And I said, unlike Connie, for my own reasons, no. I'll never have enough, and I haven't had enough. With guys like Scafidi around that we hang out with, I'm not hanging it up. So anyway, we got 55, 6,000.
We got 6 Myers.
My Anaheim house is going for $1,000. No. So 6,000 going once.
What?
No, different house. So we have,
Hold on.
Working the deal.
Those are two civil attorneys over there.
Okay. So who the hell they putting the pressure on here? Where the heck is the pressure now?
It's on Sue Shapiro.
So that's a done deal. If there's nobody interested in more than 6,000, because we could work, if we're really, really cool about it, we could work a threefer.
Are we doing a threesome?
And one night in Anaheim. Going once, 6,000, twofer.
Going twice.
I'm scanning the room. I'm looking like we're looking at a jury. I don't see any happy faces. Going 3 times. Mike, it's a done deal and I'm...
Sold! Greg Rizzio, Dave Myers, 2 great gentlemen. Thank you.
And I want to announce one more thing on this house. Look, Legal Aid, this is helping people in our community. And don't think it's past anybody in this room. We know you all understand it. Now, it's certainly not past Mike and I and everybody on the board and all of our officers. It's not past us. It's a phenomenal cause. It's not just a good cause, it's a phenomenal cause. And because of that, my wife got a call from Brian Hanneman, who said, I want to give you a bid in advance. And I didn't know about it until about 10 minutes ago at dinner. Sue told me that he had bid, if nobody bids more than 5,000, I'll bid 5,000. So screw it. He's got it for 5,000. I'm sorry, guys. You're on the hook for 6,000 each. And just to let you know, Legal Aid has an additional 5 from Brian Hanneman.
Wow.
So he could not be here tonight.
We get that $5,000 guy one night in Anaheim.
What now?
One night in Anaheim for the $5,000.
Anaheim, we're going to have to negotiate. It depends if it comes with a barbecue or not. But anyway, I want to thank Greg Rizzio, Dave Myers. You guys are rock stars for Legal Aid. You're rock stars in and outside of Legal Aid. But you're it's really appreciated. Everybody, it's appreciated. The pressure is not on anybody. The pressure is just to help Legal Aid. That's all we want to do.
Great job.
All right.
Up next. So we got Padre Baseball, Petco Park, San Diego. We have tickets, Padres versus Dodgers. So these are not just any seats. I'm going to ask Darren Lipinski to come up and talk about them. He knows. He also uses these parts.
So Darren was ready for this.
Okay. This is just an amazing baseball experience. Greg, you've been there. You've had them. There are no greater seats in baseball. You agree?
Oh, I agree, yeah. They're recliner seats, all the food, all the drinks included. You go down to the club, you get to see the batting cages and the warm-up, the indoor batting cages. It's phenomenal. And the Padres are going to be surprising this year.
Can't be any worse than last year, buddy. They killed me. So you get to go in early. You have your own entrance. You have your own wait staff. You have your own concierge. There are lounge chairs. You got your own flat screen TV. They're enclosed, glass enclosed. You can go downstairs early, have a drink at the Blue Shield Club bar down there. You can have dinner in their club. Great food, top of the line food. Watching the Padres take indoor batting practice just before the game. Okay?
And Scafidi guarantees the Padres will win. He's a guarantor of that.
Guarantor. Everything I say is 100% true, except the stuff I'm making up. Okay? Just remember that. No, it's all true. So we got, and we don't normally give up Fridays, buddy, as you know. Okay? Friday night, Saturday night's Mike Scafidi, Darlene Scafidi night. So May 10th, Friday night against the Dodgers, Petco Park. Rivalry beyond no other rivalry, okay? Got Ohtani. Maybe he's pitching that night. Oh, he's not going to pitch, right? Because of his ACL.
All right, let's get them all rolling here. This is a phenomenal Padres package. It's got dinner, it's got drinks, it's graffiti suite, it's the bomb. Lipinski verified it, everything's perfect about it. You're gonna have a great time. Wait, what night of the week is it?
Friday night.
It's a Friday night, so there'll be no traffic. So it's perfect.
Get there early. Listen, get a room at the Omni. Tell them you know Darlene Scaffidi. You'll get a double upgrade. True story.
Okay, let's have an opening bid. Do I hear, let's see, do I hear?
Connie Johnson.
Connie, we got 195 and 114. You got a double-fisted hitter there.
That's right, my boss. 500.
500 from Connie Johnson. His value's around, we listed it at 980 with the downstairs package, another 400 bucks. This is legitimately 980, 400, like what, 2,000 bucks. Pretty good deal.
All right, well, I'm gonna up that, Annie, because I bought this a couple of times. It didn't.
You gotta actually go.
I know. I didn't go, but I'm gonna go if I get it.
Oh, we got over here. 600.
I'm gonna go 1,000.
Bill Shapiro, 1,000.
Hey, Rains, what do you say?
Oh, wait on the word.
She's got the bookie on the line.
When I say reclining seats, you get to recline. Jim Glick, you've been in these seats, right? No? You didn't go with Mike Duncan? Oh, it was Steve Levine. It was Levine. We're waiting for word from Jeff.
Okay.
Connie, what do you got?
1,100.
$1,100.
Connie Johnson. Good job.
1,100. What's you want me to talk to Jeffrey? Put him on the phone. Because I'll put that phone up to my microphone here.
You know, it was one of the greatest experiences there was watching the Padres beat the Dodgers 2 years ago in the division series. And that was a great party down at that bar that night, as you remember.
So, Mike, is there a Duffy ride in this one?
Well, listen, I don't think so.
All right.
But Shapiro's giving away stuff left and right here. We could probably get a Duffy ride thrown on.
We'll work it out.
So we got 1,100 from Connie. Do we have 1,200?
1,100 for the Padres.
Anyone with 1,200?
Oh, here we go. Justin King steps up.
Justin King.
All right, Jen.
He and his brothers have pulled together and figured out, how many seats are there?
There's 2, but I'm trying to work on, listen, I'm trying to work on 2 more.
I watched these 3 brothers when they were young, and they were fighting in the front room and riding their motorcycles on the couch. I want to see who wins these 2 seats out of this one. So, Justin, what's your bid?
$1,200.
$1,200.
It's pretty good.
It's pretty good.
It's pretty good.
Connie.
No, that can't
The double-fisted.
Look at Connie.
What do you got, Connie?
13.
$1,300.
$1,300. Jim is out of here.
1,500.
1,500. While we're waiting on 1,500, do we have any more cards to give up? Anybody else have any cards for 10 hours? There we go. Maybe let's grab that card. Let's grab the card, Sue.
How about, does anybody else want to bid and match 1,500? Anybody else? Connie?
Thank you.
All right.
Clint Jones, thank you very much, Clint.
So why don't we do this?
Hey, Sue, hang on a second. Hey, Sue, do you have a pen?
Two.
Yeah, you got a pen? Good. You have a card?
Yes.
Just grab a card and ask somebody what their name is and fill it out. Just fill out and check 10 hours. It'll be all right. They'll say okay.
Why don't we do this? Okay?
Tess Pons. Where's Tess?
Connie, how about
Thank you.
one takes Friday night, one takes Saturday night. Is that good? Good? All right. So we got 2 sold. 1,500 each. Give them a big thanks. Friday, Saturday night. Now, let's go off the books. Let's go off the books, okay? Anyone who wants these tickets, you can just email me at michael@scaffidulaw.com. And depending on what the game is, you'll make a donation in the amount they say it's worth to Legal Aid. You get the credit, you get the tax deduction, you do the right thing, and you get the tickets. Okay? We have tickets Monday through Sunday. Sunday's almost always open. Okay? Day games a week, middle of the week is always open. So anyone who wants to experience this, and I'm telling you, I've been going to baseball games for longer than I want to admit. All right? Long time, 60 years. These are the best seats in the house. I have people that come in, Brad White sat there. I didn't want to say that before we got the bid because we could diminish it that bad. Okay, I wanted to make sure. I say one of those Brad, brings out the value. He moved into the neighborhood. My wife wanted to move. So anyway, michael@securitylaw.com. Anybody here will make a deal to get the tickets, and that money will go right to Legal Aid. Okay? Thank you.
Good. So who do we have now, Mike? Who got it?
Justin, 1,500. Connie, 1,500. One's going to get Friday, one's going to get Saturday.
Any argument on who's got Friday and Saturday? You guys going to work it out?
Which night are the Dodgers?
I don't want any.
Both.
Yeah, so the Dodgers are gonna win.
Dodgers both games, yeah.
No, which one are they gonna win?
Oh, I don't know if
Okay,
you're
we're going to take all the other questions later. We're going to figure out who's going to start the batting order later on. But we need to know Friday and Saturday. We're going to work that out. I don't want to hear any emails. I was promised Friday. I don't want to hear that part. So we're going to move
I
on.
would prefer Saturday.
Got it.
All right, here we go. Next item, the golf. So we got a bunch of golfers in here, Pacheco. We got a bunch of golfers who like to go to Red Hill. Here's a round of golf. This is donated by Brian Hanneman. And he has got a package. It's a laser finder, or what do you call it? Hole finder? I need a hole finder.
Rangefinder.
Rangefinder. Yeah.
True story. Bill first used his first Duffy that he bought when he bring it to golf to get his ball in the water.
Okay, no stories. Okay, we got a rangefinder package, golf, round of golf. We got the best thing about this, from my vantage point, was it comes with 4 speeds of balls, so you can lose them in the water, and you can, I play golf, and some guy told me in one of my shots, he goes, "Geez, a dog couldn't find that if that ball was wrapped in bacon." So anyway, let's get the bid started. Anybody have a starting bid? Do I hear $150? $500 from Judge Pacheco.
Are you going to need the Duffy there?
600. I hear Brad White without a paddle. Brad White's been without a paddle for a long time.
Way in the corner, 117. 600. Brad, you had 600, 117. I don't think Brad really bid.
You don't think Brad was?
Just talks.
No, I've known Brad to be pretty serious. Brad, are you serious?
Brad, bid $600, 117 behind you. You got 700?
Well, that's another topic for a different day. Who's got, where are we at, 600?
600.
Do I hear 650? Whoever made this podium, I feel like I'm like getting clipped. I'm like, I need a human factors expert around here. I'm thinking, this is like uneven. This is dangerous around here.
Anyone with 650? The Red Hill Country Club's been around a long time. 650, John Pacheco, number 250. Anyone have 700?
For the golf. 700.
117. Anyone got 750?
750. 700. Going once.
Going twice.
Do we have any more cards in the interim? Any more cards? 700 going twice?
Going 3 times.
Okay, 700 for the Top Golf Special. All right. What's the number of that, Mike?
117.
All right.
By the way, Bill is always a 3-putt.
So the next thing we have coming up is we have Lakers at Crypto Stadium. All right, we have more cards coming up.
How are you?
We have Cassie.
Where's Cassie?
Cassie?
I was gone.
Thank you.
I was gone when you got
And Lauren Vogt. Oh my gosh.
Oh, thank you. Cassie, you've been away, what, 4 months?
You
4 months Cassie's been a lawyer. Thank you.
Thank you, Cassie.
I know.
And Lauren Voigt's been a lawyer. Is Lauren here? I thought maybe somebody did I didn't see Lauren, and I like Rizzio's style. He just did what I suggested. Put her name down, clicked her. Okay.
Copy that.
So what are we doing for a crypto stadium? Liquor tickets, value at $900. It's actually about $1,100 with hot dogs. What we need is an opening bid of $200. Crypto stadium. There we go.
170. How about 300? Lynn's 167. How about 400? 127. How about 500?
500. What's the number? I know it's contacts are working.
Who's in the back?
What's your number?
299? All the way in the back, 299. That's 600.
600.
We have 700. Judge Garza, 169, 700. Do we have 800?
We have 800. Jim.
Jim Glick, did you come up?
Are you just raising your hand, or what are you doing? Don't play that game when you're doing an auction, man.
He won't like this. He wants.
I know it.
He wants one ticket.
Well, he just bought the tickets.
Do we have 750? We're at 700 right now. At 750. Anyone 750? 750. Lynn Friedman. Do we have 800?
800 going well. Judge Garza.
Garza. Do we have 900? 270, 900, thank you.
$1,000. $1,000. Judge Garza. $1,000.
That's good. Do we have 1,100?
These are 6 seats. You can buy these and you can sell them.
No, 2 seats, 2 seats. 2 seats. 6 seats behind.
Who put 6 seats up there, man? I'm not really reading this. It's 2 seats.
Like I said, everything is true except the stuff we're making up.
That's why I didn't get that contract. No,
We gotta go.
It's 2 seats. $1,000.
Blind bid for 1,200.
Oh my God.
That's good.
Yeah. Okay. 1,200.
1,200. Do we have 1,300? 1,300. 1,250. 1,250? 1,200. Going
1,210.
1,200 going once.
1,200 going twice.
Going 3 times. Sold to the blind bidder.
Wait a second. Who bought it for 1,200?
Who was that?
It's a blind bidder.
Blind beer.
Blind bidder who is not here.
Blind beer. All right. Whatever blind beer is.
No.
Does blind beer have a number?
Bidder. A blind bidder.
Oh, a blind bidder. I like that. A blind bidder. What does that mean? Do they have hey Joyce, do they have a number?
They do not.
They have no number and they're a blind bidder. Perfect. Okay.
Thank God those seats are close to the court.
So the next item up for bid is a bracelet. This is the last live auction. I know it. There it is, right there. Look at that bracelet. Is that a bracelet?
We have it in earrings, Susie.
Friggin' earrings. You talk to Judge Francie all night long, all you hear about is bracelets. They're earrings. Who wants these earrings? These are worth $4,650. Those are worth $4,650. Okay? I'm all over it.
Started.
So these are not just regular earrings, these are dazzle and elegance. Are they? See, I never figured it out. In my family, if you can't live in it and you can't drive it, you don't need it. But some people need this.
Let's start the bidding at $500. Who's got $500?
$500.
Cassie says, who's got 1,000? 600. What number is back there? Thank you. We got 600. Who's got $1,000 for this?
$1,000.
Cassie's hands. Okay. Who's got 1,500? This is for the kids. It's the last item. for the kids.
$1,000, $1,200, $1,200.
LD,
Anybody?
right there.
Is there any blind bid? Oh, there you go, Scafidi. Your wife. Perfect. These are how much, Darlene? Without looking at Mike, how much you gonna bid? 1,200?
1250.
Let's go see. Okay.
Who's got 1300?
13.
We have another blind bidder.
Not the,
Oh, shit. We have another blind bidder. I have a house for sale for a blind bidder. Okay, I'll figure that out later. It's blind.
1350? Cassie's 1350.
1350. These are, Cassie, you should come up and look at these.
I already saw them.
Oh my God. These are beautiful. 1,400 by a blind bidder.
Do we have 1500?
Well, that's nice.
1800.
Jim Hiding.
Thank you, Jim.
Jim Hiding, stepping up.
Wow.
Jim Hiding. He loves you. Man. So we have, how much each?
1500.
1,500. Do I hear 16,850?
1800, you said.
1,800.
Well, we're so close to
I'm the hell of
2000.
an auctioneer, aren't I?
It's right there.
Okay, 1,800. Do I hear 2,000? $2,000 for these earrings. These are dazzle in elegance earrings. Brian Reed, they've got your wife's name, they have Sue's name up here. All right.
I gotta tell you, Jim will rock those earrings. I'm just saying. He will rock those earrings.
Okay, we have 1,800 going once.
Going twice.
Last chance for 1,810.
Going the third time and sold.
Sold.
Jim Heidi. Thank you, Jim.
Jim, good job.
Hey guys, we gotta run. We ran way over. Joyce and Sue are gonna kill us, but thank you for giving. And thank you for
Keep
making it.
these cards coming, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. You want to trust me?
All right, thank you all so very much. Now to get back to our event, if I can have Mr. Greg Rizzio please join us up here. And thank you, Mr. Rizzio, for your help this evening with Legal Aid and that donation. That's amazing.
By the way, are you going?
So those of you who know me know that I'm rarely intimidated by many things. But tonight I'm being asked to introduce an OG of the IE in 5 minutes. And frankly, no person alive can do justice in 5 minutes to Virginia Blumenthal. So I am a little intimidated tonight. But that's the task that I've been given. So I'm going to do my best to stay within the time and to tell you about Virginia. And with help from her friend, Gail Hannon, I'm going to tell you about 3 different aspects of Virginia's life. I'm going to talk about her being a lawyer. I'm going to talk about her being a community leader. I'm going to talk about the person of Virginia Blumenthal. So let's start out as a lawyer. Those of you who have seen this know that she has won every award known to women and men. And frankly, doing a deep dive on the internet, this book is not enough to give the accomplishments of her as a lawyer. So I'm going to give you just a few. The ones I know she is very proud of, and I know she's proud of them all. She founded the Riverside and San Bernardino County's first woman law firm. She's won the NAACP Law and Justice Award. She has been U.S. News and World Report's best lawyer for more years than she looks age-wise. She has been a top-ranking firm in U.S. News and World Report. She's one of the California's best women litigators. She's one of the most influential attorneys in the state of California. And that list goes on and on and on. But frankly, that doesn't tell us who Virginia Blumenthal is as a lawyer. So to do that, I called both her adversaries. Jason Alexander Anderson of the San Bernardino District Attorney's Office told me the following. RDA, Virginia is a fierce defender of the criminal process. and the presumption of innocence. Her advocacy is the fire that forges the truth in our jury system, which is the best system in the world. Not to be outdone, Riverside County District Attorney Mike Hestron told me the following: Virginia Blumenthal is truly a one-of-a-kind attorney and community leader. The breadth of her experience in the courtroom is truly remarkable. As a longtime Riverside County prosecutor, I can tell you from personal experience that Virginia is a tough and skilled advocate in the courtroom. She is among a small group of elite defense attorneys who have consistently handled the highest profile and most complex criminal cases in the county. So what do we know about Virginia Blumenthal from her adversaries? We know she is a kick-ass lawyer. So let's go on to Virginia, the community leader. And really, Dean McVeigh already kind of hit on all that she has done and how she has inspired him to do more. And again, the list goes on and on and on. So I'm just going to touch a few. Riverside Community College Board of Trustees president for numerous years. She also won their 100th year alumni of the year, on their 100th year anniversary. She is the past president and board member of the Riverside County Philharmonic, the YWCA Woman of Achievement, Person Who Makes a Difference, California Legislators Riverside County Woman of the Year, Riverside Chamber of Commerce Citizen of the Year, and again, more than they could put in here, and this book isn't big enough. But again, that doesn't tell us who Virginia Blumenthal is as a community leader. For that, I reached out to the past Riverside County Sheriff, Stan Smith, who told me the following. I've known Virginia Blumenthal for nearly 45 years, and throughout that time, she has tirelessly given back to our communities in so many critical ways, like pro bono work, or serving in the leadership roles like our local Philharmonic Board or the Riverside County Community Board, College Board of Trustees. She was a founding member of the Riverside Police Foundation Board, where she was instrumental in making much-needed diversity improvements that increased the key leadership role for women. She also developed educational changes that helped our sheriffs meet modern-day challenges. Now, this is a sheriff. She does criminal defense, and this is his last line. I am honored to be among her circle of friends. I reached out then to Chris Carlson, who served with Virginia on the Riverside Community College Board of Trustees. And this is what she says. Virginia is truly a one-of-a-kind. We all know she is smart, diligent, a true believer in our justice system, and all things Riverside. As a friend, I can tell you, she is very kind, giving, and open-hearted. She has a zest for adventure and exploration, and a lover of all things you can find beauty in: music, art, sunsets. She is recognized for her many contributions, but she also regularly gives without anyone knowing. What do we know about Virginia, the community leader? We know she has a huge heart who has blessed all of our lives, and we don't even know it. So let's go on to Virginia, the person. Her sister, who lives in Texas, told me the following. Oh, before I get there, I do want to say this. When word got out that I was taking quotes, I had to turn off my phone system. I said, look, I have a job. I've got more things to do than introduce Virginia, but I love that you all love her that much. But this is what her sister told me. Our mother had 2 daughters. She told us we were like raising 12 kids. For the 70 years I have known Virginia, she has lived a full and fulfilled life for all of the 6 humans that my mother said she raised in Virginia. And she has done very well and continues to excel for all 6 of those people. We both have always loved Neil Diamond. In closing, I will leave you with Virginia's mantra. Love you, sister. Her daughter is my last quote, and I saved the best for last. Heather is her daughter, her law partner, and one of her very best friends. And this is what Heather said. So most people see my mom as this hard-ass, confident, take no shit kind of woman. Sorry, I know. But that is just the exterior of who she is. She is a woman with a heart of gold who cares about everyone and wants to help anyone in any way that she can. She's a total softie. She cries when watching inspirational videos, talking about my grandma and papa, or gets excited when someone mentions Neil Diamond. She really likes Neil Diamond. And we're going to close out with a Neil Diamond thing, so you're going to help me. Her last line I love. There is so much more love and warmth to the woman than anyone knows. That is Virginia Blumenthal, the lawyer, the community leader, and our friend. Now, I do want to have Virginia come up here, and I need you all to help me, and apologies to our fabulous singer, because I'm going to start a line, and I want you all to give Virginia an entrance to the stage that she will never forget. We are going to do a Neil Diamond medley, and you'll join me, and you have to join me when the line comes and you know where it is. Ready? Everyone ready? Virginia Blumenthal. Ladies and gentlemen, Virginia Blumenthal.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Wow, what an honor, and I'm really humbled by it. And especially the wonderful tribute from my friend Greg, wow. He's an incredible attorney himself, but I don't have to tell all of you that. And I'm so grateful to be able to call him a friend. I'm also very grateful to everyone here and to the Legal Aid Society of San Bernardino, and for all of you being here. This really means the world to me. But some people don't know part of the story. Let me give you an example. I really appreciate all that you do for the community and giving back. I'm a believer in our system, and I'm a believer that we give everyone access to our system, and that's where I compliment Legal Aid Society. I am known for having the first woman's law firm, woman-owned law firm in the Inland Empire. But they don't tell you why. Let me tell you the story. I've only been an attorney 49 years. Before that, I was a school teacher. Women did not become attorneys in those years. And same thing as if you were pregnant, you could not teach in the classroom once you started to show. I was the first pregnancy that went through the Riverside court system. But one of the reasons is I decided to go to law school because I was the speech and debate coach at Reno Valley High School, and I was an adjunct professor at RCC. And I wanted to get a legal research class to teach my debate students how to do legal research to support their debate propositions. So Citrus Bell Law School, that nighttime unaccredited law school, had just opened up in Riverside. I went down and said, I want a legal research class. And they said, okay, fine, but there are these prerequisites called contracts, torts, and criminal law. So that was the first year. Second year, I want my legal research class. Well, there's some more prerequisites. That was year 2. It was a 4-year program. At the end of year 2, I could take the legal research class. And by the time I took it, I had fallen in love with law. But I was going to get my JD, Juris Doctorate degree, not to be an attorney, but I was going to teach it because I loved being a teacher. So I got the degree 2 more years after that. And then I don't know what possessed me. I thought, you know, California is only the hardest bar in the nation. I just graduated from a nighttime unaccredited law school, first graduating class from it. I think I'll take the bar. I don't know why. I did, and by golly, I passed it. I couldn't believe it. This is all part of the law firm story. I decided to start looking for a job. I could not get a job anywhere. I applied at the DA's office in both counties, public defender's office in both counties. I applied at every major law firm around. And the word that was said to me most frequently was, you know, Virginia, I'm sure you're going to be a very good attorney. Unfortunately, our clients would never accept a woman attorney. So the reason I had the first woman-owned law firm in the Inland Empire, I'm the only one who would hire me. And it kind of stayed that way. I never expected to be an attorney, but I'm still in love with it. My parents, my father was a very decorated war hero in World War II, is retired military. And my mother was probably one of the best military spouses you could have. I grew up as a military brat, thinking everybody moved every 18 to 24 months. I did not know any better. And my parents were the world's greatest prosecution jurors. One time I was out with my father and a friend of his comes up and says, "John, how did you ever let your daughter become a criminal defense attorney?" My father looked at him and he got his finger going. And once that finger started going, you knew you were going to get a lecture of some sort. He says, "Now you listen to me." He said, "I put my life on the line and my fellow sailors gave their lives for the rights and freedoms that my daughter defends." I went, "Daddy, you understand?" He was my hero, and I believed in those values then, and I believed in the values now. I share his stubbornness and his wanting to protect the rights of everyone, regardless of the background, the demographics and financial status, or the crimes alleged. When my parents both retired from work, I don't know how they found time to work, because they volunteered and gave so much to the community. They taught you how to give back and how important that was. To be honored here for the work that I've done, that I've just given, I thank you so much. It truly touches my heart. It's not just for me, it's for our amazing attorneys. My daughter Heather, who's been an attorney now 9 years in our law firm, doing strictly criminal defense, and I love it more now than I did when I started. Again, thank you so much. This has really touched my heart.
Presented to you on behalf of Legal Aid is the Access to Justice Medallion. Also presented from the County of Riverside Board of Supervisors, a certificate of recognition, as well as the San Bernardino County Board of, actually Joe Baca. As well, we have the Mayor and City Council of San Bernardino recognizing you this evening. And last but not least, we have from Eloise Gomez Reyes, this simply recognition. Thank you so very much. Thank you for all that you do. If I may now, we're going to keep this going. If I may have Honorable Kimberly Apop. Come on up.
It was President John F. Kennedy who told us that we need to find the time to stop and thank the people who make a difference in our lives. So to all of tonight's honorees, I say thank you. The way that you have extended your love and your hearts to this community makes us all proud. We're proud to know you and proud to honor you tonight. And to Legal Aid Society of San Bernardino, thank you as well. Thank you for giving us this opportunity to express our appreciation for tonight's honorees, and also for the work that you do. We are only as strong as the weakest link in our chain, and as we saw from your testimonials tonight, you make our chain stronger. So thank you. But I'm here tonight, not only for a fun evening, which it has been, but to introduce you all to Judge Michael Sachs. Epictetus told us that difficulties show who men are. And it wasn't until things got difficult that I really got to know Judge Sachs. And in thinking of him and what I wanted to talk to you all about him tonight, the recurring theme that came up for me was light. Light in a time of darkness, points of light, rays of light, in contrast to ignorance and fear. And I'm going to kind of do my golden rules for you tonight. Picture it, San Bernardino, 2020. COVID has broken out and everything is going to heck in a handbasket, right? We were all scared. Things were closing, courts were closing. What were we going to do? Judge Sachs was our PJ at that time. And he had the hard job of balancing public protection, which was safety from crime, victimization, the things that we do day in and day out, with public protection, safety for people from disease, bodily safety, and their health. And so he had to make some tough choices. We kept courts open, we kept them safe. We were able to address the most pressing needs that we had for victims of crime, victims of domestic violence, victims of harassment. And you saw the testimonials today. We all saw how heart-wrenching it is when you don't have any help. And when you're isolated, because COVID was very isolating, we were all in our homes, not knowing what to do and how to handle it. So imagine being victimized and isolated. And I know that he doesn't take credit for that by himself. It wasn't just him. It was administrators, other judges who participated. But to have been holding the reins for our court at that time, to coordinate and lead our court at that time, shows the commitment that you have to justice. And then you might remember that time as well, because it was about the same time as the George Floyd killing. And our nation's attention was suddenly focused on something that a lot of us knew happened, and it happened reasonably frequently. And many others of us didn't know that things like that were actually possible. And, you know, they say a picture is worth 1,000 words, but really it was a video of a brave and unrelenting 17-year-old, 17 years old, who took that video and showed it to the world, and that was worth more than 1 billion words. And so there was protests all over the world, and of course we had protests in San Bernardino, in the park next to us. And admittedly, it was a bit scary. You know, we needed more security, less upheaval. And for some of us who wanted some more community engagement, we wanted an opportunity to talk to those people who were protesting and say, you know, what do you think? How do you think that we can make things better? And because of Judge Sachs's commitment, we were able to have that opportunity, and we had the first of 7 town halls on eliminating bias in the justice system. So what I learned about him during that time were 3 things. One, he's a deep thinker, and the more you talk to him, the more you start to understand. He's been thinking about issues of equity and justice for a long time, not just since he became a judge, but since he was a kid. He's a great listener. He sometimes has some strong initial impressions, but he can listen. And because he listens, he's able to find the compassion in his heart to change his mind and act with bravery. And that's the other thing I found out about him, just how brave he is. Because the idea of addressing people on the George Floyd killing and the protests that were happening was not always such a popular idea in court. It was rabble-rousing, it was troublemaking, and even worse, we might actually be criticized. But he showed courage for what was hard, what was scary, and he made it happen. And he's left a legacy for our court. We have an elimination of bias committee. It's one of the first outwardly active elimination of bias committees in our state. It's award-winning, and it served as a model for many others because he insisted that it happen. So you heard a little bit about Settlement Conference Week. That was something else that he did. And for those of you who don't know, he is one of the first co-chairs of the Regional Judicial Mentorship Program for the Inland Empire and Imperial County. And the purpose of that is to help attorneys who are interested in becoming judges to come on, to learn what it is to be a judge, get themselves ready for that. And he has had a focus on helping to diversify the bench. And he's so committed to our county that when he had the opportunity to extend himself to, join with LA County, he said, no, I think we have our own unique needs. We have people here that can do this job. And so I say all these things to you to tell you tonight that he's a special man. And I hope that you see some of what I see in Judge Sachs and why he is so deserving of this recognition. Mike, you've done a lot to help our court become a place not only where people can come and feel they're being heard, but where people work and feel that they belong. You've helped not only judges and attorneys, but you've helped the residents of San Bernardino County. And for that, we are all here to thank you. So ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, I present to you my friend, the Honorable Michael A. Sachs.
First off, I want to thank Judge Palu for that introduction. She's been a great friend, a great colleague, and a great asset, not only to the court, but to the community. I want to thank you all for being here. I want to thank you all for all what you do for our legal community to help our self-represented customers. I call them customers. Who need our help. Who sometimes have no clue at all when they get summoned into court. Maybe it's a landlord-tenant issue. Maybe it's a credit card collections issue. Maybe it's a family law issue. And what I've noticed, and I'm sure you all have, is sometimes we leave those people out of our discussions, and they need to be included. That's what Legal Aid Society is for. That's what we aim to do at the courts. But before I get into what I really wanted to touch upon tonight, first I need to thank Legal Aid Society for accommodating my disability. I have a bad back, had some surgery, difficult for me to stand for any length of time. So for Darren Lipinski still here? Darren? Dave Myers? Any other employment lawyers? I have been accommodated. I'm not damaged. Nobody has retaliated against me. Just keep that in mind. I joke about that, but currently I'm in trial with Mr. Myers, and Mr. Lipinski has always been a friend of the court. He and Mr. Rizzio have been great supporters of what we've tried to do, and I'm going to touch upon that in a moment. But first and foremost, I didn't know why I was getting this award. Just didn't know. I was just doing what we needed to get done. But when I spoke to Kim, Judge Apollo, she said, do you know why you're getting this award? I said, Kim, frankly, I don't. I was surprised when I answered the phone, and Joyce says, I got some good news for you. I was, of course, expecting bad news, because any time attorneys would call me during COVID, it was seldom about good things. But this was a pleasant surprise. But Kim let me know it had to do with what we did in COVID and in our settlement program. First, I don't deserve this. COVID hit at an incredible time, while incredible things were going on, not only in the county, in the state, and in the nation. There was no game plan. Fortunately, I had a great group of colleagues, judges, who stepped in, who came to work every day despite the fact some of them did not. I had great administration who assisted our court in basically letting me know what we could do, what we should do to still address the needs of our public and our customers. We still have to provide access to justice, regardless of what's going on, especially with our criminal defendants who have constitutional rights to get things done. I have to give a shout out to Judge Aguno. I'm not sure if he's here, but Judge Aguno was my assistant presiding judge, and I, for better or worse, I let Judge Aguno run with the criminal judges, the criminal assignments, and the scheduling, because he's an expert in that field. I kept everything else, for lack of a better term. But I could not have done that. I would pass along this recognition to the judges, to the administration, Annabelle is here, and some of our other folks are here, and our staff, of course, our employees, and you all. We were in constant contact with you, Judge Pacheco, as the supervising judge of civil at that time, had regular meetings with the attorneys, civil attorneys, as to what's going on. I met with the bar associations on numerous occasions. The supervising judges of criminal, family law, probate, all met with you all to let you know what was going on. We were at whatever the elected officials needed, because they were getting pressure as well. We were there for them. We had numerous town hall meetings at the request of the elected officials that we participated in. I can't thank people enough for contributing to the court during this time. When we started COVID, there was something called PPE, personal protective equipment. I had no idea what that was. So I quickly learned that were masks. So we approached our administration and said, well, what are we going to do about these masks? We weren't prepared for anything like this. But we had assigned each of our staff, including the judges and officers of the court, with emergency go bags. So I suggested, let's go through those go bags and pull out the mask, because I knew there were 2 in each of those go bags. So we pulled out all those go bags, and unfortunately about half of them crumbled when they were exposed to the air. So I have to express my thanks to the County of San Bernardino, especially at the time Supervisor Gonzalez. She reached out and asked the court what the county could do for us regarding that PPE. Unfortunately, we got a boatload from the Sheriff's Department in the county. I need to shout out to some private attorneys, particularly Greg Bentley. I think many of you know Greg Bentley, excellent plaintiff's attorney who left us for greener pastures in Orange County. But he called me up one day and said, Mike, I just imported 100,000 masks. How much do you need? I let him know. And then he said, without knowing Riverside, he goes, do you know the PJ over in Riverside? I said, yes, John Vidyer at the time. Why don't you give him a call? Ask him how many he would like. Great. The bar associations couldn't get through it without support of the bar associations for obvious reasons. They were in contact with you. Joyce and I became great friends. We were reminiscing about that this right before today, and we would have our regular meetings, our rendezvous, over at Tony's for some good Mexican food in San Bernardino, and then we discuss our issues and how she could help. I would point out that the Bar Association donated a chunk of money to our court, roughly I think $10,000 at the time, that they raised to help us, bringing us up to speed. COVID kicked our butt into the future. We were not prepared for remote appearances. We were not prepared for the technology, although we were slowly getting there. But we had significant accomplishments during that time. We stood up our remote system using a Zoom that you can use today, and it also ensures access for those financially strapped. There's no charge to appear in our court by Zoom. You go to our website, you pull up the phone number, you call in, and you're in. You don't have to worry about paying a court call. Because as you know, some of the issues we have with our self-represented population is a lack of financial ability to retain an attorney. And that leads to a number of things that we have to guard against. There's a number of hurdles that they encounter to get justice. Number one, we just have to keep the courts open. We did that during COVID. Number two, when they come to court, depending where they are from throughout our world, they don't know our legal system. Often they don't know our language. Often the person who's making decisions is somebody who does not look like them. That can be extremely intimidating if you're faced with a legal system that you have no idea what it's about. So well, how do we address that? Well, I can tell you how the court addresses that, and it's a continuing issue. First, we have our Inland Counties Judicial Applicant Mentoring Program. This really started, I can't really take credit much for this, Judge Van Feer, when he was our PJ, and I was his assistant presiding judge, said, Mike, what are we going to do about getting diverse judges? And he and I said, you know what, we're going to go out to the bar associations to recruit. We would go to any bar association who would want us. We would go to any local bar association. We would go to the affinity bar associations. We would go to anyone who was interested in hearing about becoming a judge in San Bernardino. We'd make ourselves available for them if they wanted to, and we would encourage them to speak to us. When Louis Espadas became our appointment secretary for the governor, he wanted to take it a step further. He wanted us to follow the LA County plan, which they had a county plan similar to ours, but he wanted us to join LA County. You know, our culture is so different from LA County, it would make no sense at all. And when I'm talking about our culture, I'm talking about Inland Empire. This is a great place to practice. And you know what? The plaintiffs' attorneys from out of county are starting to know that. How many of we are seeing that? Many of the plaintiffs' firms that were around forever. Mr. Heining's firm is an example. He's still here. Thank you, James. But they're all gone. And what's come in their place are lawyers from out of town, out of county, that really don't know our culture. So let's recruit people to become part of our culture. And what I advised Mr. Cespedes is that we'll do our own. We'll go partner with Riverside. And John Monteroso was the PJ at the time. And he and I got together and started this program. After we got it off the ground, Imperial County wanted to join. They had a unique issue because they did not have enough judges to serve as mentors. The program includes a meeting with myself, meeting with our PJ now, Judge Hogan, or our assistant PJ, Judge Rod Cortez, and they would meet with us. And then based on our evaluation and conversation, we would invite them to participate in this mentoring program. And every one of our judges volunteered to be a mentor. That is not the circumstance, even in our next door neighbor. They have difficulty having judges volunteering as mentors. So let's work on diversity of the bench. Hopefully those folks who are a little uneasy, unsure about our legal system, they get less uneasy when they see a diverse bench. When they have interpreters help them, when we provide them resources. We provide them our self-help center, where they can get help on preparing out forms for just about every practice area, except for civil personal injury and civil litigation. We have a remote program called DASH. This is something that was developed at the end of my time at PJ, where somebody in the community can call up and remote in self-help and speak to a live person. That person will help them with any questions they have regarding the forms. That person is advised that self-help cannot help them by representing them in court. They can do just about anything else, free of charge. But we have to continuously refocus, re-emphasize, to overcome that distress, the cultural differences, and we need to make it better. Another thing that I'm proud about, but I could not have done it without Judge Palu, buy-in from our administration, buy-in from our judges, and that is our elimination of bias committee for the court. I will tell you that is not a popular idea in every court in the state of California. They just don't like it. The judges there think it's really an avenue to discipline judges, but it's not. And so they are of the belief that it should be handled by somebody else, not judges internal, but we're doing it. And I asked John Chaco and Judge Paul to chair that committee, and they did an excellent job. We started off with maybe a handful of people, judges, people from the community, not all lawyers. We got, what, 35 members now? Got a lot of members who are very interested in this program and seeing that we eliminate any bias in the courtroom. So I had a lot more to say, but you know what? You've been here a long time. And I don't want to keep you any longer. I do need to thank the most important people in my life, and that would be my wife, Michelle, my daughters, Jessica and Sarah. I have two grandkids who are not here tonight. They're 3 years old and 11 months. Those are Jessica's kids. But many of them, thank you very much for this honor. Thank you to my colleagues especially, and to that court family. You know, it was a tough time. We were having tough conversations. We were having tough ideas. And at the same time, we were dealing with COVID-related absences. I'm going to throw out a statistic. At the time COVID, we had to lay people off. Actually, I shouldn't say lay people off. We did not fill open positions because we were dealing with a budget issue. At that time, we had about 900 employees. Throughout the 2 years of COVID, we had 1,100 people be absent at different times through that 2-year period. So, how do you run a court? Well, we were able to do it. It's a lot of work, a lot of help from, of course, the team at court, and you folks. Your participation, your patience, your willingness to contribute, and we all appreciate that. So keep up the good work. Once I retire, I'll give those 10 hours to Shapiro. And then I'll ask the fee to give another 20 hours. So thanks everybody, thank you very much.
Thank you again. I would like to present to you on behalf of Legal Aid Society the Access to Justice Medallion.
Thank you very much.
And also from the County of Riverside certificate of recognition, as well as from San Bernardino County, San Bernardino City, and also Eloise Reyes Gomez.
Thank you.
Thank you so very much. Everyone, you went on this evening. I thank you all so much for staying with us. Now we have centerpieces, and if you all want to take a centerpiece or whoever's birthday is closest to today, if you're inviting anyone to your table who's going to get the centerpiece, the one closest to today's date, birthday, wins the centerpiece. Thank you all. It's been a great night. Thank you, Mr. Shapiro, Mr. Scafidi. Thank you. Have a great evening.